and trust and breathe and know that in the stillness of this moment there is peace. In the stillness of this moment there is love. There is love. In the stillness of this moment there is love. There is love. And I rest and trust and breathe and know that in the stillness of this moment there is love. In the stillness of this moment there is peace. There is peace. In the stillness of this moment there is peace. There is peace. And I rest and trust and breathe and know that in the stillness of this moment there is peace. In the stillness of this moment there is love. There is love. In the stillness of this moment there is love. There is love. And I rest and trust and breathe and know that in the stillness of this moment there is love. I am love. I am peace. I am love. I am peace. I am
Take this moment now, if you would, and just pat yourself on the chest and say, I am peace. I am love. I am peace. I am love. I'm going to take us into a short meditation here before Reverend Carey comes with our announcements. Are you not doing the announcements today? Oh, Daniel's doing the announcements today. That's right. Just a short meditation. Actually, let's do that right after the announcements, Daniel, as you're being seated. Now we'll make you get back up. So Daniel's going to share our announcements with us.
Good morning. Alrighty. The first thing I want to do is make sure that everyone has a raffle ticket. If you don't have a raffle ticket, just raise your hand and Miss Carrie Bell Scott will bring you one. And we will have a raffle shortly after the end of this. For our announcements, Wednesday meditation with Reiki is held here at 6 p.m. this week. It's Bob Ives and Michaela on the sound bowls. Prayer chaplain for the week is Reverend Serena, available to pray with you after service near the welcome table. Sacred Circle group, led by Noella, is held every Tuesday at 6:45 p.m. in the upstairs conference room. Please reach out to Noella if you would like to join. Oneness and Social Justice Team will now be meeting every first and third Wednesday at 7 p.m. starting in July. In-person meetings will be held in the upstairs conference room. Zoom meetings are also available. Please email Douglas for more information. Brotherhood and Balance men's group meeting every second and fourth Wednesday at 7 p.m. Meetings are held upstairs in the conference room. Please sign up in the lobby. Next Sunday is Fellowship Sunday, held after the 11 a.m. celebration service. Please bring a food item to share with the community. Qigong Meditative Movement class starting Saturday, July 25th, will be at 2:30 p.m. upstairs in Karate Room. Pre-register preferred. See sign-up sheet in the lobby. Donations are appreciated. All right, now it's raffle time. Time to get out your tickets. Okay. And we're going to read the last numbers or the whole thing?
I don't know.
No.
Just read them.
I'll read the whole thing. 269629. All right. We have a winner. And now back to Reverend John Scott.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations. You know, listen, I have to say that Reverend Carey is the one who does all of these kind of extra special things. It's my brain doesn't work that way. Hers does quite well. So thank you to Reverend Carey for bringing so much spice to our community, right? She's the one of a kind. So I would like to take us into a few moments of just being present. We have a very special message coming for us today, and I want us to prepare for that. And so in this moment, if you would, just go ahead and allow your eyes to gently close if you feel comfortable doing so. There's so much happening in our world that often we miss the life that's happening in us. So we take this moment to get into stillness. One of the beautiful ways to do that is to begin to notice all of the senses and what they feel in this moment. So take this moment to feel the sensation of the surface beneath you, this sense of feeling. And a deep breath in. And let it go. And in the quiet, notice the sounds around you. Maybe it's the sound of the music, the sound of my voice. Just notice what you're hearing, and without judgment or description, just notice it. And a deep breath into that sense of hearing. And let it go. And notice now the taste in your mouth. No description, no judgment, just notice. And you're bringing that sense of taste even into the present moment. And so breathe in and exhale. And notice now the sense of smell. Just the smells in the room. Maybe something particular. Could be just a combination. No description or judgment needed, just noticing it. And now breathing into that sense of smell. And let it go. whether your eyes are closed or held in a soft gaze, notice that even if they're closed, through the eyelids, there's still this sense of light. So breathing into the sense of sight and let it go. And notice now that the whole body is present in this now moment. And right here, right now, there's nothing missing and nothing broken. There's the beauty and the safety of presence here and now. And even if the mind offers stories, conversation, tries to draw you away into other things that need to be done or a list to check off, notice that too, and instead of following it, essentially tell it, thank you, I will come back to you later. It's not our job to shut off the mind any more than it's our job to shut off the lungs. But just as we breathe so much throughout the day without noticing the breath, the same can become true of the mind. It is not our enemy. It is our friend. But we do not have to follow every thought that comes. In fact, we can choose which thoughts to follow. And so if that's the case in this moment, notice that I am not the thoughts. And I'm not even the thinker of the thoughts. The thoughts are occurring on their own. So what am I? Who am I? And the answer is, I am the one who is aware. And I am the awareness itself. I am not the thoughts that I am aware of. When you are able to rest in that truth, you locate freedom, liberation, freedom from thoughts, freedom from feelings, freedom from emotions. I have all of them, but they do not have me. I am the one who is aware. I am the awareness itself. And so receive a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And once again, notice the feeling of the surface beneath you. Notice how throughout this time you've been held without even asking. What a gift. And this is a sign that you do not have to do life by yourself. You're being held. So deep breath in. And exhale. and begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Maybe stretch if you would like to. Make an adjustment. When you feel comfortable doing so, slowly allow the eyes to open. Take this moment maybe to look around the room. Look around the room and just give somebody some love. Send a smile to someone. All right, all right, all right. It's a beautiful day, and you're lovely. You're lovely. It is my honor today to bring this opening to someone who's very special to me and someone that I have had the honor to work with now for over a year. She chose her calling even when there was still insecurity and fear around that calling, hurt from the past around her calling. She chose to step into it anyway. She's brave. She's courageous. She's powerful. She's also a part of our Q Plus community. And it is an honor to bring to this podium today my friend. I said I was going to do it, so I'm going to. The Archbishop, Right Reverend. She said, don't call me any of that. This is Reverend Angie, Reverend Angela Berger. Come and talk to us today.
Good morning, family. Happy Pride. So I want to start out by saying when Reverend Iman asked me, or rather yet voluntold me, that I was speaking today, I knew there would be a little fear. I did. But to my surprise, the fear wasn't surrounded by me speaking today. It was surrounded about what will I be speaking about today? And so as I'm pondering what I should speak about, I was like, it's pride. Our spiritual leader is Reverend John Scott. It has to be profound, right? So as I'm thinking, this phrase keep popping in my head. And I was like, no, that can't be it. And I'm still going, no, that can't be it. You got to find something else to talk about. And Spirit said, you keep asking me, and I keep telling you, so why are you not accepting it? Because we talk like that, Spirit and I. And so here we are. For the last 2 decades, one of the most profound spiritual sermons on planet Earth hasn't been delivered from a traditional pulpit. It has been delivered at the end of a runway by a 6'4" drag queen named RuPaul. Every single week, millions of viewers tune in, and right before the credit roll, the congregation is dismissed with the exact same benediction. If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else? And the crowd responds in a unison, amen. We laugh, we snap our fingers, we treat it like a catchy television sign-off. But if you strip away the reality TV glamour, you are left looking directly into the eyes of one of the most brutal, challenging, and foundational spiritual truths of human existence. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and you cannot give away a currency you have not minted within yourself. In various mystical traditions, the universe operates as a giant mirror. What you project outward is direct reflection of your internal state. You have the energetic frequency. If your internal dialogue is rooted in self-judgment, shame, or unworthiness, that is the frequency you broadcast. Then there's the relationship trap. When you try to love someone else from a place of self-loathing, your love often transforms into codependency, a desperate thirst for external validation, or fear of abandonment. And then last but not least, the reality check. You aren't actually loving the other person for who they are. You are using them as a drug to numb the pain of not liking the person in the mirror. True spiritual connection requires two whole entities, not two halves trying to scrape completeness out of each other. If your internal baseline frequency is rooted in self-judgment, shame, and a quiet whisper that says, I am not enough, that is the energetic broadcast you send out into the world. And guess what the universe is going to send back to you? Relationships that validate your unworthiness, and people who treat you with the exact same disregard that you treat yourself. This isn't a new age concept. RuPaul's modern spin perfectly mirrors ancient spiritual texts. As indie folk artist Sufjan Stevens beautifully analyzed, RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Jesus, the master teacher, said, love your neighbor as yourself. Both suggest that self-love is what makes us human. You cannot love others without loving yourself. The interesting thing is, we always focus on the first part of that commandment, love your neighbor. We view it as instructions to be nice to others. But the sting of the commandment is hidden in the final two words, as yourself. It is a mathematical formula. If you treat yourself like an afterthought, if you constantly berate your body, abuse your mind with negative self-talk, and neglect your spirit, then as yourself means you are going to offer the exact same fractured toxic energy to your neighbor. You cannot give away a treasure you do not possess. We must understand self-love is not the reward for a spiritual life. It is the absolute prerequisite. To love yourself is to recognize that you are a divine piece of the universe, perfectly made and worthy of space. When you finally anchor yourself in that truth, your love for others becomes pure, unburdened, and blindingly bright, just like the morning sun. Spiritual self-love is not about vanity, arrogance, or buying yourself a luxury spa day, even though the week I had, I would love a luxury spa day. Just saying. Okay. I regress. I'm sorry. Even though that sounds great right now, it is about radical, compassionate self-parenting. True self-love means turning inward and looking at that inner child, that thirsty, vulnerable part of you that is desperate for parental or external approval. Spiritual maturity happens the moment you realize that the only person who needs to validate you is you. When you actively step up to love, protect, and choose that inner child, you heal the void. You no longer enter relationship as a beggar looking for scraps of affection. You enter as a sovereign being ready to share an abundance of joy. For most of our adult lives, we let that wounded child drive the car, me included. We take that thirsty little kid into our romantic relationships, into our boardrooms, and into our friendships, begging other people to tell us we are okay. One of the great paradoxes of the human journey is, why do we find it so incredibly hard to love ourselves? We live in a culture that treats self-love like a checklist item. Buy the candle, take the bath, repeat the affirmation. Yet so many of us still wake up with the quiet, lingering feeling of delinquency. In New Thought spirituality, we know that nothing is broken within, you. You do not need to build self-love from scratch. You are already an individualized expression of the divine. The question isn't how to manufacture love, but rather, what are we harboring in our minds that blocks the flow of love that we already are? Let's take a deeper dive. Number one, the trap of the mistaken identity. We mistake our human spacesuit for our true spiritual reality. From a young age, we are conditioned to believe we are the sum of our mistakes, our bank accounts, our bodies, and the opinions of external authorities. You have the illusion. You believe you are your history or your personality. When the truth lies in, you are the conscious awareness behind those things. You are the ocean. Your mistakes and flaws are just temporary ripples on the surface. Then there's number two. We know our own dark secrets. It is easy to love a stranger because we only see their highlight reel. But you live with yourself 24/7. You know every shadow, every petty thought, and every hidden regret. There's the illusion. We view our shadows as proof of our unworthiness. When the truth is, your dark sides are not sins to be punished. They are unloved parts of your consciousness crying out for integration. When we withhold love until we are perfect, we are trapped in a self-made purgatory. And number three, the myth of the external permission slip. We have been deeply trained to wait for external validation. We think, if they love me, then I am allowed to love myself. The illusion of that is, love is a commodity that must be given to us by the world. When the truth is, relying on others for your self-worth is like asking a reflection in the mirror to smile first. The mirror can only reflect what you bring to it. When you become your own primary source of validation, everything shifts. You don't look at a partner and ask, will you complete me? You look at them and say, I am already a whole kingdom. I am entirely complete. Would you like to come over and share the abundance with me? While RuPaul Mantra is a brilliant spiritual North Star, the psychological and spiritual community often engages in a healthy debate about its literal interpretation. Some argue that telling people they can't love others until they love themselves isolate those struggling with depression, trauma, low self-esteem, making them feel unworthy of relationship. The spiritual truth is nuance. You can love others while you are healing. In fact, sometimes the universe sends us a safe, loving relationship specifically to act as support. Sometimes seeing yourself reflected in the eyes of someone who genuinely adores you is the very catalyst that teaches you how to love yourself. RuPaul's phrase isn't a strict gatekeeper designed to lock you out of human connection. It is a fiery, passionate wake-up call. It is a reminder that you can now outsource your soul's work to someone else. A partner can love you fiercely, but they can't do your push-ups for you. They can hold your hand, but they can't walk the path of your internal healing. Family, ultimate spiritual sovereignty is an inside job. As we close our time together today, I want to challenge your daily ritual. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up and look in the mirror, before you check your phone, before you worry about what your boss thinks or what your partner needs, look at your own eyes. Look past the wrinkles, the tired skin, straight into your own consciousness. Acknowledge that the person looking back at you is a divine, unrepeatable spark of the universe. You are a masterpiece in motion. Stop waiting for permission to feel worthy. Stop waiting for a relationship, a promotion, or a specific number on the scale to tell you that you are allowed to occupy space on this planet. Drop the cup you've been holding out to the world, begging for refills, and start digging into your own earth until you hit your own endless reservoir of grace. Because when you finally anchor your soul in radical, unapologetic self-love, you become unstoppable. Your love for the world stops being a desperate plea for acceptance and becomes a blinding, brilliant, unconditional sun that warms everyone it touches. So, I leave you today with the ultimate gospel of the cosmic runway and the soul. If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Turn inward, recognize your divinity, and let the universe echo in your truth. Can I get an amen? Amen. And so it is.
Yes, ma'am. That is fantastic. There were several lines in that I'm going to steal. And the first time I say it, I'm going to say, Reverend Angie at our church said this, and about the fifth time I'm going to say I was fasting for 40 days. And God told me. That was fantastic. One of the things I love that you did is we hear the message all the time. Love yourself, right? All of us have heard that. We've said it to other people, but you went practical with it to talk about what it really means to really get to the place where you can love yourself, not waiting for your healing. This whole month we've been talking about the new human, and the new human is saying, I'm not waiting for everything to be perfect to really enact these beliefs that I say I believe, that I am worthy, that I am divine in human form, walking around this planet as really an individual and perfect expression of the divine in my own way. And that every single one of us, we have an individual fingerprint. Your DNA is individual. But that doesn't mean that you are divided from or separate from anyone else. It just means you are an individual expression of the same source that we all originate from. And we're not waiting for our healing to act like we're whole. Some of us, I think, I hear people often talking about, well, I'm just healing. And sometimes I'm just healing is putting off having your best life and celebrating who you truly are. Reverend Angie, thank you for sharing and reminding us of that. And RuPaul, thank you for continuing to be a drag prophet. Hallelujah. If you can't love yourself, then how the hell you going to love anyone else? Take this moment, if you would, and maybe just close your eyes and let that sink in. Especially that voice that says, if you love yourself too much, you're going to become arrogant or think you're superior. That's so far removed from the truth. The more you love yourself, the more you see the world as it is. Truly, the more compassionate, generous, humble, and kind you become. So in this moment, we take all of humanity into our heart, and especially those who have been marginalized and pushed out to the corners and the attempt to erase them. We take them into our hearts now. This is a part of loving ourselves. Because you are me and I am you. We are irrevocably and eternally connected. All of us from the same source. And so we breathe in, I love me. And we breathe out, I love you. And again, we breathe in, I love me. And we breathe out, I love you. And so it is. And so it is. All right, family, I'm going to ask you, if you will, let's gather around in a circle here. Let's do our peace song and our prayer of protection. And check this out. Carrie and I'm going to ask you all to agree with us for traveling mercies. Carrie and I, we leave out right after the 11 o'clock service, go over to the airport. We're headed to Ireland for a week for our anniversary. So thank you for praying for us for traveling mercies. You know how the airports can be sometimes, and today we're saying it runs smooth. Ain't that beautiful? I'm going to give you my elbow. I'm not going to bow you, but I'll give you my elbow there. There we go. All right. Yeah, Carrie and I, we're celebrating our 8th anniversary this Tuesday, so it's been eight wonderful years. Listen, all I have to say is I'm a good man. No. Oh, let's just love ourselves, and let's sing our peace song together. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Now there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Now there is peace on earth. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. In our prayer of protection together, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love. The power of God protects us. I am the power. If the presence of God watches over us, I am the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And so it is. I love you, family. Make it a great week. Make sure you give Reverend Angie a hug.